So the next thing we're going to do, turn the ring so that you're looking at the good side, not the side with all the ridges on. Take the long end in your hand and pull it straight up the back. So if you imagine a clock face, it's going round the back from 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock and then back down to 6 o'clock. And now we're going to splay out at the top to make our bunch of flowers. So take it from 11 and then back down to 6. Take it to 10, back down to 6. And then take it to 1, and you might just want to just take it the other side at the bottom, just gives it a bit more stability. And there we go, 2 o'clock. And now just pinch that with your hand to keep it in place while you pick the needle up. And what we're going to do is now secure that. So we finished off with the thread going over to the left hand side, and we're just going to pop a little knot around it. So bring the needle up on one side of the stalks, down on the other, and then just slide it through the loop at the back, so that, and we only want one layer of thread here, just so that you get a little knot there, and then just pull it tight. So you can see there, that's holding that nice and firmly. We're not going to trust just to the one knot. We'll do another 2 or 3 knots, and it'll just give it a nice little bunch effect. So here we go, 2. Make sure all the time you're catching the loop on the back so it's holding nice and firm. 3, and then again, there's my final one, 4. So now we're going to use the end of the thread to work, just weave a little base across these stalks of the posy. And it's just going to give us a base that we can work our French knots into to make the flowers. So just weave across, under, over, making sure that you wrap around the end threads. And you don't want baggy edges to it, but you don't need to push it down too hard, because you want to be able to cover the whole of the base with this piece of thread here. So here we go. Just do another row, and then I'm gonna pause the video, and you might want to just switch back on when you get to the top. So here we go, I've nearly filled all the space, and what I'm going to do now, I'm going to carry on and try and use up most of my thread, but I'm just going to work a few rows just over those middle 3 stalks, because you can see that this hole here is a bit wider, and I want to try and fill that up, because I'm going to want to put some French knots for flowers up there. Oops, I've just gone through between 2 layers there, and I don't want to do that. And now I'm going to carry on round. Now I've caught up on that little middle section. I'm going to carry on round, filling up that gap at the top. And I think I'm pretty happy with that now. So all I'm going to do is turn the posy over, and I'm going to finish that thread off by taking it through under these loops. Now, one thing to make sure when you pull it through, don't pull it tight, because if you pull it tight, you're just going to pull all of those threads down. It's going to pull that base out of shape, and you don't want that. But I don't want this slipping out, so I'm going to take it back up the next channel, pull it but not too tight, and then just snip the end off there. So there we are. There's my stalks with my base ready to work my French knots on, and I can see I've got just a little bit has worked its way around the edge here, so I'm just going to push that back and keep that looking nice and tidy from the front.